Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Strat Baseball History. We are here with another game from our 1962 replay, a bonus game today between the Cubs of Chicago and the expansion Colt 45's of Houston. Houston is hosting this game. Both teams are 1-1 in the series so far, and as you can see, we've added the lineups to the screen. We'll see how this goes. It may get a little hectic as we have to change subs later on, but for now the starting lineups are visible to you. As you can see, the Chicago Cubs have Lou Brock leading off in center field, Ken Hubbs batting second and playing second, batting third, left fielder Billy Williams, batting fourth will be first baseman and Hall of Famer Ernie Banks. In right field, batting fifth, George Altman, batting sixth and playing third, Ron Santo, batting seventh, shortstop Andre Rogers, and batting eighth, catcher Dick Patel. Batting ninth will be the pitcher for Chicago today, Cal Kuntz. On the mound for the Colt 45's, we have pitcher Bob Bruce, 10-9 with a 4.06 ERA and 27 starts. He allowed 164 hits in 175 innings pitched, 82 walks, 135 strikeouts, and 16 home runs allowed. Behind him in the field, we will have catcher Merritt Renu, first baseman Norm Larker, second baseman Joey Amalfitano. That's a tough one. Third base Bob Aspromonte, and at shortstop Bob Lillis. Over in left field Al Spangler, playing center Warwick, and over in right field Roman Mejias. Without further ado, here on April 12, 1962 in Houston, we'll get the game started with a pitch from Bob Bruce to Lou Brock. It's a 6-7. That's going to be a ground ball, second base X to Amalfitano, who's a 3. Rolled a 19 on the 3. Will get us a roll again. We roll again, we get a 17 on the 3. That's also a roll again. That's another 19. This is a hard one to handle. Finally an out. So Amalfitano juggles it and finally throws out the speedy Brock, despite having to re-roll 3 times for the first out. Gotta love those roll-agains, folks. With 1 out, Ken Hubbs to bat. That's a 6-4. That's a fly ball out to left field. Al Spangler roams over and takes it down for the second out. With 2 down, Chicago will send up Billy Williams. The pitch from Bruce is a 1-10. That's going to be a base hit for Billy Williams, a double 1-19 or a single. It gets into the gap and Williams will pull up to second ahead of the throw. A 2-out double for Billy Williams, and that'll bring up the Hall of Famer, first baseman Ernie Banks. Bruce takes a deep breath. He's ready to deal. He'll try to avoid grooving one to Banks. A 4-7. Is going to be a base on balls. He avoided it a little too carefully, pitched Banks very carefully, and couldn't find the corners. So now with 2 outs, it's first and second, and the right fielder George Altman will come up. Altman with good power, 22 homers expected on the season. The pitch from Bruce. There's a foul ball. The die goes flying off the table. The 0-1 pitch. It's a 4-3. He lofts a fly ball to left field. Spangler is a 4. Not great. And an 18 on the 4 is, of course, a roll again. Another 18. This die likes to roll high. How about a 2 on the 4? That's a double 3. A bases-clearing double for George Altman. 2 runs will score. And just like that, the Chicago Cubs have a 2-0 lead here in the first. Altman on second, with 2 down. And third baseman Ron Santo to the plate for Chicago. Bruce trying to avoid a big inning here. He'd like to keep his team in it early. That's a 1-12. Line out to second, as many outs as possible. Only 1 out is possible, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. But Chicago, puts up 2. I've been drinking, folks. No, I haven't. Just water. As we go to the bottom of the first, it is 2-0 Cubs. Cal Kuntz on the mound. He'll face the lineup of Spangler, Amalfitano, Mejias, Larker, Warwick, Aspromonte, Renu, Lillis, and the pitcher Bruce. Spangler up to bat, takes the pitch from Kuntz. How about a 6-6? It's a ground ball towards second. Hubbs is a 1. Excellent defensive fielder. We roll a 5 on the 1. And that is an out 3. So a quick out, a 4-3 for the first, and Spangler is retired. Amalfitano comes to the plate. Kuntz deals. How about a 3-5? And that's a base on balls. So Joey takes a walk. He's the stealing C. Be a 1-13 without a hold, so they're going to hold him, make him a 1-11. And that'll bring up the third hitter, Roman Mejias. 286, 24, and 76 for Mejias. Here's the pitch from Cal Kuntz. About a 1-7. That's a base hit. Nice piece of hitting from Mejias up the middle. Amalfitano is a 1-15. He's going to try for third. And he's in there at third with less than 1 out. Good base running by Amalfitano. Now it's first and third with 1 out. And first baseman Norm Larker will come up. Cal Kuntz takes a deep breath. They're hoping for a double play ball here. They're playing back. The pitch, and Larker 3-4 grounded right back to Kuntz at the mound. He throws to the shortstop Rogers at second for 1, and back to Banks at first for the 1-6-3 double play, and that will end the inning. And Houston does not score here in the first, so after 1, 2-0 Cubs. Andre Rogers to lead it off for Chicago in the second. Bob Bruce is ready, and here's the pitch. No! That's a foul ball of the worst kind. That die. Bouncing and bouncing. They have to wait for the crowd to throw the ball back into play. But they only have 1 ball. Bob Bruce is ready again. And Rogers, with the 0-1 pitch, 6-6. A fly ball to right field. We have to get something to roll in, I think. But the right fielder Mejias roams over and takes it for the first out. Here's Dick Bertel. Bob Bruce deals 5-10. That's going to be a catcher's card X. Testing the defense a lot here. Renew is a 4. A 7 on the catcher 4 is going to be safe at first on an error by the catcher. So Renew tries to pick it up and fails, and Bertel will reach. So with 1 down and a man on first, the pitcher Kuntz will come up. He's not a good hitter, so he's going to try to lay down the bunt and move Bertel to second. That's a 6 on the sacrifice. There's a successful sacrifice to third. Bertel to second, in scoring position now with 2 outs. It'll take a base hit to get him home, but Lou Brock believes he's capable of that task. Bob Bruce thinks otherwise, and pitches accordingly. Brock rests the bat on his shoulder. Now he's ready, and Bruce deals. How about a 3-6? Well, that's a base on balls. Brock with a very good eye. And now there's 2 men on, first and second, against Bruce. Cubs leading 2-0. 2 men out, 2 men on, and Ken Hubbs will come up. Hubbs 0 for 1 on the day. Ready for the pitch from Bruce. It's a 3-6. And he's going to have an extra base hit. A triple 1 to 8, double 9 to 20. That's going to be a double. At least 1 run will score. We'll have to see if Brock comes around. It's Lou Brock. He's pretty fast. They're probably going to wave him. Yeah, he's a 1 to 17 with 2 outs. Plus 2 is a 1 to 19. Almost de facto. He's on his way home and scores easily ahead of the throw. A 2 RBI double for Ken Hubbs. And now it is 4-0 Chicago. Bruce looking a little shaky on the mound today. He's got to face Billy Williams now with 2 outs and Hubbs on second. Bruce deals to the dangerous Williams. How about a 4-11? It's a grounder down to Larker at first. Larker is a 3. We roll a 19. It's probably going to say roll again, folks. No, this time it's a 2-base error. The troubles continue for the Astros. An error on Larker, E3. He ends up at second. Hubbs hustles around to score. No RBI on that one, but a run nonetheless, and the Cubs now lead 5-0. And Bruce can't seem to get out of trouble. His defense is not helping him. And now with the men on second and 2 outs, he'll have to face the dangerous Ernie Banks. Banks walked and scored a run his first time up. Bruce delivers. Another foul ball. Having a lot of those today, folks. Bruce with the 0-1 pitch, a 1-8. That's Banks' good column, but he just misses it. Gets under it and pops it up on the infield to end the inning. That'll probably save Bob Bruce and keep him in the game. But he's in a big hole after 2. The Cubs have put up 5 runs and lead 5-0 as Houston comes up in the bottom of the second. Cal Coon's happy to take the mound with a 5-0 lead. He'll face Warwick, Aspromonte, and the catcher Renu. Here's Carl Warwick. His first at bat of the day, a 6-6. Rounder down to second. We're testing defenses a lot today. Hubbs is a 1. An 11 on the 1 is an out. So that is a 4-3 for the first out. No problem. Hubbs to Banks. They want to see that a lot this season, folks. Keep him in the ballpark by keeping him on the ground. Here's the third baseman, Aspromonte. A 3-8 on the pitch from Coonson. That's a base hit up the middle. Nice piece of hitting by Aspromonte. He's kept his hands back, flicked his wrists at it, and drove it right up the middle for a base hit. A 1 on, 1 out, and Merit Renu coming up. Aspromonte, not a speed threat. For 3-10. Ground ball back to the pitcher. He's going to try to turn 2, but Renu beats the throw to first. So Aspromonte is retired at second on the fielder's choice. Renu reaches first. And now there are 2 outs for the shortstop, Bob Lillis. Coon steals to Lillis. 6-7. It's a line toward short, single 1 to 11. Instead, it is caught by the shortstop Rogers for the 3rd out of the inning. Houston gets a couple of men on, ends up leaving 1, and cannot score. We go to the 3rd. The Cubs have a comfortable 5-0 lead. Altman, Santo, and Rogers due up. Bob Bruce will deal to Altman. Bruce trying to settle down here so he can maybe get some innings in. If nothing else, save the bullpen today. Well, a 3-8. He paints the corner, and Altman is out on strikes. Must have given Bruce a pep talk between innings. Well, he's got to face Ron Santo, who popped up on the infield his first time up. Santo ready, and Bruce with the pitch. How about a 4-6? Another strikeout. Dropping that curveball over the outside corner on Santo, and there's 2 quick outs. He figures he can't trust his defense, so the best offense is to not let them hit it. Andre Rogers comes up. He flew out to right his first time up, and with 2 outs, he'll try to keep this inning going. Bruce is ready and deals the pitch. That's going to be a 5-7, and he strikes out the side. Rogers swinging right over the top of that one. A 1-2-3 inning for Bruce, just what he needed to keep the Cubs in the game. And finally a 0 on the board for Chicago. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, they hold a 5-0 lead. Houston will try to get back in it. Bruce due to lead off. They're going to try to get some innings out of him, so they're going to let him hit. Kuntz deals to Bruce a 1-5. He grounds this one to short. Rogers over to Banks for the first out. That'll bring up Al Spangler, grounded out his first time up. The pitch, 1-6. Spangler is patient and draws a walk like a good leadoff man should. Even when he's batting second, his on-base percentage, always pretty good for Spangler. He's a C-stealing, and they will hold him, and Amalfitano is due up. They may try to get something going here. Amalfitano a slap hitter. And sure enough, Spangler's off with the pitch. It's a hit and run, folks. A 10. It's going to be a fielder's choice. A grounder to short. Rogers over to Hubbs for the out to retire Spangler. No throw to first. Amalfitano will reach on the fielder's choice. And there's 2 quick outs. Roman Mejias coming up. Amalfitano being held close. He's a C-stealer. Here's the pitch. To Mejias, it's a 6-6. That's a grounder toward Hubbs at second. Hubbs an excellent fielding second baseman. Roll of 15 on the 1 column, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So we've got 3 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago's put up 5 runs, Houston none. We head to the 4th. Bruce comes out hoping to continue what he did in the last inning when he struck out the side. He'll face Bertel, the pitcher Kuntz, and Lou Brock. Here's the catcher, Dick Bertel. How about a 2-5? Well, there's a base hit to lead off with Bertel. He must have been watching the last inning because he took that pitch on the outside corner and went with it, lined it right between the hole, and finds himself at first. Here's Kuntz. Again, not a good hitting pitcher. He'll try to drop down another bunt. Sacrifice 5 is going to be back to the pitcher, a successful bunt. They only have one play over at first for the out. And Bertel moves to second. He's now in scoring position with one out for Lou Brock. Bruce is tired of having runners in scoring position. He should do something about that, John. I think he's trying, Bill, but it hasn't been successful yet. If they put the bat on the ball, it seems to drop in today. Brock's ready. Bertel at second, perched. The pitch by Bruce. How about a 2-3? Strikeout. Well, see there, that's how Bruce figures he has to do it. He has to make sure they don't put the bat on the ball for the second out. Still a runner in scoring position, though, for Ken Hubbs, who doubled and drove in 2 his last time up. 1 for 2 on the day. Bruce is ready, and here's the pitch. How about a 4-9? A line drive toward the first baseman. Going to be a single 1-5 or a line out to first. That's a 7. So it is caught by the first baseman Larker, and the Cubs again failed to score here in the 4th. But they keep that 5-0 lead and keep getting Bruce to throw extra pitches. Larker, Warwick, and Aspromonte will face Kuntz here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Norm Larker, grounded into a double play his first time up. How about a 3-10? That's a line drive to first. Banks snares it for the first out. Carl Warwick, due to bat. He grounded out his first time up. Kuntz with the pitch. About a 1-8. That is a deep drive out to the outfield. A home run 1-17 or a double 18-20 for Warwick. That is a 4. That is a home run. And Houston is on the board with a solo home run by Carl Warwick. A deep, deep drive. He just caught a hold of a hanging curve and contributed his own power to it. Turned it around in a big way. And it's 5-1, Chicago. Well, Kuntz shakes that one off. Not a big deal. He's still got a 4-run lead, and he'll face Aspromonte with 1 out. Aspromonte with a base hit his first time up. What a 2-10. He can't find the zone after that homer, and he walks Aspromonte. So Aspromonte at first, 1 down, and the catcher, Merit Renu, due up. Renu with occasional power. 1-4. Well, we found his power spot. Home run 1, triple 2-20. This is going to be out off the wall, perhaps? Yes, off the wall, bounces past the fielder. A 3-base hit. Renu will be in ahead of the throw. Aspromonte comes all the way around from first to score. And suddenly, the Colt 45's have 2 runs on the board. With Bob Lillis coming up and a runner at third, they'll pull the corners in to guard against the bunt. But Lillis is thinking big inning here. He's not about to give up an out. Especially with the pitcher coming up. Well, 1-12. That's a line out to shortstop. Renu is leading, and he throws over to third. That'll be a double play. Unfortunate base bunting by Merit Renu to end the inning and get Cal Kuntz out of trouble. But the Colt 45's do put up 2, and Billy D. Williams will be singing their song someday. Colt 45's were the initial name of the Houston Expansion Ball Club in '62 until they moved into the Astrodome, I believe, in '65 or '66. And then they said, we'll be called the Astros now. I have no idea if they were sponsored by the liquor. In any case, as we go to the 5th, guys, it's 5-2 Cubs, and the heart of the Cubs order was coming up, hoping to add to that lead with Williams, Banks, and Altman. Bob Bruce has had 2 scoreless innings in a row now. He seems to have settled down a bit. And he'll deal to Williams, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a run-scoring double. A 2-6. Well, Bruce walks the leadoff batter, and that's usually trouble. Because now he's got to deal with the dangerous future Hall of Famer Ernie Banks. Who's 0 for 1. Popped out to third his last time up. Bruce with the pitch. That is a 3-2, a fly ball to right. No problem for Mejias, and the first out is recorded. The bank sits down, and Altman will come up. Altman. 2-run double back in the first, struck out his last time up, 1 for 2 officially. He's ready for the pitch from Bruce, and here it is. A 4-10, grounded to third. That's toward Aspromonte, who's a 3 fielder, as you can see on the screen there. A 6 on the 3 is an out, but the runners will advance. So Aspromonte over to Larker at first, but Williams finds himself in scoring position on second base with 2 outs. Bruce ready to pitch to the dangerous Ron Santo. Santo 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, but he's got power. You don't want to groove one to Santo. He'll make you pay for it. Well, another ground ball toward Aspromonte. Easy play. And he retires Santo for the third out. So halfway through the ball game, the Cubs maintain a 5-2 lead. Well, what about extra innings, Bob? Right now, Chicago's hoping that won't happen. Bob Bruce did lead off the 5th. He hasn't pitched great today, but Houston needs some runs. They're going to tell Bob his day is done after 5. He settled down and kept his team in the game. But we'll have to see who comes in to pinch hit for the Astros to try to get something going. The pinch hitter for Houston is going to be... They do not have a lot of great bench bats. I mean, it is an expansion team. You wouldn't expect them to have a deep bench. But so far, their reliable pinch hitter, the guy they've gone to twice in 2 games, is Don Budden. Keeping my cards organized, folks. Budden getting loose. And he steps into the box, ready to hit. To lead off the 5th. Kuntz with the pitch, a 3-6, and he loses Budden. Not good. Budden comes in cold off the bench, and you don't even give him a strike. Kuntz walked him on 4 pitches. That'll give Houston some hope for this inning. Budden not a stealing threat. Spangler ready to go, 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. Kuntz with the pitch, and a 2-5 triple-1 single 2 to 20. The outfielder is able to cut it off and hold Spangler to a single, but Budden hustles over to third, and suddenly it is nobody out, first and third, and Amalfitano coming to the plate. Threatening a big inning here. Kuntz takes a deep breath. They'll play for the double play. He'll try to keep the ball on the ground to Amalfitano, and let's see. Spangler is not being held with runner on third. So a 2-3 is going to be a double play ground ball to short. A 6 to 4 to 3 double play. The run will score. But now the bases are empty. Chicago has trimmed 1 more off the lead, and Roman Mejias will bat with 2 outs. Kuntz takes a deep breath. Happy to get that grounder. And a 1-8. Well, there's another base hit. Mejias. Kuntz may be getting tired. He hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning yet today. The Astros are making him pay. Mejias will be held at first, and Norm Larker's due up. But Mejias is trying to steal. A 1-13 chance. He's caught. Gunned down for the third out. He was trying to get in scoring position for Larker, but instead, he's thrown out at second for the third out. Larker will still be up when we resume in the 6th. We'll have to see if Budden stays in the game. Nope. They're going to pull him, I believe. Actually, he is going to stay in the game. No, he's not. He's not. Sorry. Budden can't play second. We're going to go ahead and pull Budden. And there'll be a new pitcher for the Astros. Try to hold on to their 5-1 lead with Bobby Tiefenauer. Tiefenauer to the mound. He's a pitcher 5. Tiefenauer's second appearance of the year. He is a relief 4 POW, so he can pitch for a while if needed. He'll be batting 9th. Put that pitcher's hitting card in place. And I guess we should make the change here. This is new, so this is what I was worried about, but this takes a second. I could type. We now see that Tiefenauer is on the mound. So Tiefenauer ready. He takes his warm-up tosses, and he'll be facing the bottom of the Chicago lineup. Rogers, Bertel, and Kuntz. Here's Andre Rogers. The pitch from Tiefenauer is a 1-11. That's a ground ball to short. No problem for the shortstop Lillis. He throws over to Larker for the first out. The catcher Bertel, 1 for 2 on the day. A run scored, reached on an error back in the first. The pitch from Tiefenauer, 2-9. That's a grounder to short as well. Again, easy play for Lillis, and there are 2 down. And the pitcher Kuntz, due to hit, with nobody on, they're going to let him hit and try to get at least 1 more inning pitching out of him. How about a 5-8? Well, there's a triple 1-7, single 8-20. The outfielder was able to cut it off and hold Kuntz to a single, but nice piece of hitting for the pitcher there. Tiefenauer kind of hung one, and Kuntz didn't miss it. So the top of the Cubs order will come up. Brock will have a chance here, with Kuntz at first. Brock 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. Struck out his last time up. Tiefenauer ready, and here's the pitch. How about a 6-2? That's a grounder back to Tiefenauer. He'll toss it over to Larker for the third out. So through 5.5, the Cubs continue to lead 5-3. Houston will try to continue chipping away at that lead against Cal Kuntz in the bottom of the 6th. He'll face Larker, Warwick, and Aspromonte. Larker 0 for 2 today. Hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield. Kuntz with the pitch, a 5-10. That's a grounder to short. Rogers is a 3. 17 is probably a roll again. It is. Oh no, it's an out with no runners on base. Sorry. So an easy play to retire Larker. The old 6-3 Rogers to Banks. And there's 1 down. Here's Carl Warwick. Warwick homered last time up. Got the first run on the board for Houston. Kuntz steals. How about a 2-10? Another grounder to Rogers at short. Over to Banks for the second out. Aspromonte due up. He's reached base both times he's been up. A single and a walk. The pitch from Kuntz is a 2. Pardon me, folks. A little allergy attack. 2-7. There's going to be a fly ball to left field for the third out. And Houston fails to score. They still trail 5-3. Through 6. Tiefenauer for his second inning of work now. He's going to face Ken Hubbs. Hubbs 1 for 3 on the day. There's a 6-7. Make it 2 for 4 as he's going to double 1-2. Instead, it's going to be a single. So Hubbs is on base. Billy Williams comes up to face Tiefenauer. Williams has reached base all 3 times, a double, reached on an error, and walked his last time up. He'd like to keep that trend going. At 2-5, it's going to be a single 1-16 or a lineout. That's a base hit just off the glove, an infield hit for Williams. And 2 men on, nobody out for Ernie Banks. Tiefenauer with the pitch to Banks. 2-9. This one's a fly ball to center. Warwick roams over and takes it for the first out. The runners hold. And George Altman due up. 1 for 3 on the day. The pitch to Altman's a 1-4, and forget about it, folks. That is a 3-run home run to George Altman. Tiefenauer just hung that one in the middle of the plate, and Altman didn't miss. A 3-run shot. Altman rounds the bases, and it is now 8-3 Chicago. Tiefenauer with just 1 out here in the 7th. He's going to have to pitch to Ron Santo. Santo'd love to go back-to-back here, but instead Tiefenauer loses him. Down to first. So, Santo at first and Rogers to the plate. 0 for 3 on the day. A 1-6. Tiefenauer walks him as well. He's not pitching well. The bullpen is active. The bottom of the order, folks. You're supposed to get these outs. But at least the double play's in place. As he faces Dick Bertel, who's 1 for 3 on the day. 5-8. Uh-oh. That's Tiefenauer's bad column, and that's a triple 1-7 or a 2 asterisk single. This time it's a bases-clearing triple. Dick Bertel all the way around to third. 2-run score ahead of him. And we're losing count, folks. It's now 10-3 Chicago, if I'm counting correctly. And that will be it for Tiefenauer. He's given up 5 runs on the inning. That's right. Strat History Girlfriend says, put that guy to sleep. I think she means like a dog, like bring him to the pound and never let him pitch again. But he'll just... Oh, all right. He'll just go to the bullpen, take a shower, and lament letting his team down on this one. As Houston will have to choose another pitcher to try to get them through the rest of this. Apocalyptic. We're trying to keep it clean, babe. They're going to put up mop-up man Dave Giusti in. Get some innings. This one's pretty much out of reach, and they just have to play it out unless the offense gets going. So Giusti will pitch a POW 4. And we'll see if he can get anybody out. Cal Kuntz due to hit. Kuntz says he's good for another inning. They don't have the infield in. They're not going to worry about the run at third. It's already 10-3, folks. Kuntz trying to find an RBI here. Instead, he swings for the fences and strikes out. So Giusti gets the second out. Now he's got to deal with Lou Brock, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Walked and scored a run. How about a 1-6? Strikes him out as well. So Giusti coming after these guys with really nothing on the line when the club is down by 7. Cubs put up 5 runs. And lead after 6.5, 10-3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The bottom of the Houston order due up. Renu, Lillis, and Giusti, actually. So here's Merritt Renu. 3-11. That's a grounder to second. Cubs over to Banks for the first out. Kuntz had his first 1-2-3 inning last inning. He's actually gotten better as the game's gone on, it seems. And Bob Lillis due up now. 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to Lillis. A 5-7 is a strikeout. They're going to leave Giusti in to bat for himself. With nobody on base. Giusti is a serviceable hitter. He gets a pitcher's hitting card 5 here in Strat. He's got a good 3 column. And Kuntz will deal to him. How about a 5-6? That's lofted fly ball to center field. Lou Brock roams over. Takes the third out of the inning. Retires Giusti. And it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the 7th for Kuntz. As we head to the 8th. Chicago leads 10-3. Giusti, in his second inning of work here, will face Hubbs, Williams, and Banks, the heart of the order. Ken Hubbs, 2 for 4 on the day. A couple of runs scored, a couple driven in. 5-6. He's going to go 3 for 5 on the day. Double 1 to 9 single. The 15 says it's a base hit. Cubs finds himself on second, and he has seen the ball well all day long, folks. Brings up Billy Williams. He's 2 for 3, a couple of runs scored. 1-4. Lofts this fly ball to right field, and Mejias will take it down for the first out. Ken Hubbs returns to first, and with 1 down and a man on first, it's Ernie Banks. Banks 0 for 3 today. Did walk and score a run back in the first. The pitch to Banks is a 2-6, single 1 to 10 or line out to short. Can Lillis grab it? No, that's over his head. Just off the tip of his glove. He's backed up quickly. Cubs will have to stop at second. But the Cubs once again have 2 men on, only 1 out. And George Altman, who hit a big 3-run homer his last time up, comes to the plate. Giusti deals to Altman. 6-6. That's a bad spot. Triple 1 to 2, single 3 to 20. That's going to be a base hit. Runners will advance 2 bases. Hubbs comes in to score to make it 11 to 3. Banks on to third, and this one's out of hand, folks. Don't forget Altman gets another RBI, his 6th RBI of the day. He's come up 3 times with runners in scoring position, and all 3 times he's come through. So Altman on first, Banks on third, just 1 down, and Giusti dealing to Santo. 4-7, and there's another base hit. Oh boy, they can't get anybody out today, folks. Altman to second. He won't stretch it. Not with the score out of hand. And it is first and second, another run in, 12 to 3 Chicago. And Andre Rogers steps to the plate. Giusti desperately hoping for a ground ball out here. 2-10, that's a grounder to third. He's going to get his wish, a 5 to 4 to 3 inning-ending double play, but the damage is done. Here in the, what friggin' inning is it even? The 8th. We stopped counting a while ago with all these Chicago runs. For Houston fans, sorry about this, but you do have an expansion team. It's going to be a while before we're good. So Chicago puts up 2 more and now leads 12 to 3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Cal Kuntz, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings in the 6th and 7th. He'll come out for the 8th and face the top of the Colt 45's order, Spangler, Amalfitano, and Mejias. Spangler 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch to him is a 5-9. That's a grounder to second. Hubbs over to Banks for the first out. And Amalfitano to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Grounded into a double play his last time up. Joey's ready. The pitch to him is a fly ball to left field. Williams roams over and takes the easy second out. And Cal Kuntz is just trying to get this one over as quickly as possible. Roman Mejias is 2 for 3 on the day. He's lined 2 balls right back up the middle off Kuntz. Kuntz will see if he can get the better of him in this 4th at bat. That is a 6-6. Ground ball to second base. Hubbs is over. A 2 on a defender 1. Going to be an out. So another 1-2-3 inning for Kuntz. He's retired the last 9 he's faced. And the Cubs will come to bat with a big 12-3 lead here in the 9th. He used to in there to take his lumps if necessary. Against the bottom of the Cubs order, Bertel, Kuntz, and then back to the top with Brock. Here's Bertel, a big 2-run triple last time up. Giusti deals to him, a 1-9 as a fly ball to center field. Warwick roams over and takes the first out. Everyone on Houston breathes a sigh of relief that it's not a leadoff base hit. Cal Kuntz going to get his 5th at bat of the day. He's officially 1 for 2 with 2 successful sacrifices. See if he can't get a base hit off Giusti. How about a 2-8? Nope, Giusti goes right after him and strikes him out. Not letting the pitcher get a hit off him. He struck him out both times. Whatever Kuntz was seeing off the pitcher Bruce, he's not seeing it off Giusti. But there's 2 quick outs here for the Cubs, and Lou Brock comes up. Brock hitless on the day. Did walk and score a run way back in the 2nd inning. Giusti deals. There's a foul ball as the die goes off the table. Haven't had that happen in a few innings, folks. We're back at it. Giusti deals pitch number 2. How about a 4-6? And he strikes out Brock for the second time in a row here in the ninth. The Cubs fail to extend their lead, but have plenty, as they lead by 9, 12-3. Kuntz coming out trying to complete the game. He'll face Larker, Warwick, and Aspromonte. The pitch to Larker. 2-10. Well, there's a base hit. Norm Larker not giving anything up, keeping hope alive for the Colt 45's. And Carl Warwick, who's homered today, comes to the plate with a man on first. Kuntz with a 6-7. That's a single 1 to 11 or a line out to short. Rogers reaching for it, but can't get it. Tipped off his glove, and that's an infield hit. A few of those today. The ball in quickly. 2 quick hits here for Houston. They're trying. And Aspromonte to the plate. Aspromonte 1 for 2, a run scored and a walk on the day. Kuntz trying to complete this one. About a 1-7. That's a pop out in the infield. Santo roams over and takes it for the first out. 1 down, first and second. And Merritt Rayner, the catcher, to the plate. 1 for 3, a triple and an RBI, way back in the fourth. How about a 6-6? That's a grounder to second. Cubs is a 1. They've been testing him all day, and he hasn't failed yet. 7. That's an out 3. That's going to be a 4-6-3 inning and game-ending double play. So Kuntz gets the complete game victory. Allows just 3 runs in 9 innings, a pretty solid outing. Quality start for him. Meanwhile, the Chicago Cubs put up 12 runs against Houston pitching, and the final score is 12-3. Cubs over the Colt 45's. Kuntz gets the win. The loss is going to be tagged on Bruce. And let's see who our player of the game is. I think it's going to be that guy in the middle there with 6 RBIs. George Altman goes 3 for 5. A single, a double, a homer, 6 runs batted in. That is your POG. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasant afternoon game here in Houston. Despite the hometown team losing, it's always a good time for baseball. This is Joe for Strat Baseball History signing off for now. Tune in later tonight for our 7 p.m. game. We'll see who that's between in just 1 second. That's going to be the Minnesota Twins taking on the Kansas City Athletics in the 3rd game of their 3-game series. Once again, this is Joe for Strat Baseball History, reminding you to subscribe if you like the content and to follow the complete season results over at www.stratbaseballhistory.com. Signing off for now. Have a great afternoon.